Welcome everyone to JCS Jam. And folks, we've got some great stuff today to talk about. Well, one, we've got students with us.
They're back.
We've got Olivia Vanderbeek, Cora DeYoung, Brandon Weber,
Okay. And just
8th grader.
just giggling over there.
They're excited to be
They're
on this.
excited.
It was such a
The energy in this room is palpable. We had a lengthy pre-show meeting where we had to try to just
You should hear these guys at lunchtime. Their conversations are incredible.
Oh, they have.
You've got something to really look forward to in this show later on when we get to their interviews. But some other Eagle news going around our community is we got auction coming up April 23 and 24. Make sure it's virtual, so make sure you're getting online and doing your bids. We've also got baseball, softball sports coming around. The weather has been really nice these last couple weeks in March. And
I hear they got an all-star team coaching the 7th and 8th grade boys. Is that true?
They go by the names of Mr. Ponstein and Mr. DeVries. Oh, that's us.
That's us. They got a great podcast as well. That's us.
Absolutely. So we're coaching the
Oh, we're
baseball
excited.
squad, the softball squad to have a great year as well. And we are looking forward to that once spring break comes to a close. Mr. DeVries, it's time for Joke of the Day.
Let's go. Okay. So I got someone in my homeroom that always gives me a good Chuck Norris joke.
Oh.
And this one was just delivered to me, a little over an hour ago.
Yes.
Why did Chuck Norris only go skydiving one time?
One time. Because he didn't use a parachute.
He thought one Grand Canyon was enough.
Oh!
That felt like a dud. How about this
One Grand Canyon.
That felt like a dud. And that's Joke of the Day. What a great one joke that I told.
Woo!
It was awesome. They were excited.
Lies.
Only one joke.
One Grand Canyon.
Only one joke. The bad one didn't get edited out. Okay. Now, the real reason we're here. We've set up an impromptu format that we just tend to follow. It's like you do something one time and you're just like, we're going to follow it. So elementary stories, middle school stories, and a look ahead. So let's start out here between Olivia, Cora, and Brandon. Let's start out with some elementary stories. And, we've had some good stories in the past of just students meeting, welcoming each other at Genesee Christian, and we have another one here. Olivia and Cora, the time they became friends, Olivia is going to take this one away. Welcome, Olivia.
Hello. So, in 2nd grade is the beginning of the year, spiritual emphasis week, and Cora's, I don't want to say old best friend, but just kind of like best friend who moved away, Lydia Belden. So, Cora didn't have Lydia Belden, and I just didn't have anyone to begin with, and then Cora was the only person who didn't have someone to sit by on the bus. So, I'll sit next to her. And so then we go on the bus, and then I just kind of sit next to her and start yamming my jaws off. And she's just kind of like, who are you? And then we find out that we actually have a lot in common. And so then, we do our whatever we were doing for spiritual emphasis week. And then at the end of the day in the bus, we're playing sticks. We're laughing about gum for some reason.
What? How do you remember that?
I just remembered, okay.
Okay.
And so then that's how we became best friends. And then, that just kind of trails from there.
And this is 2nd grade, right?
2nd grade.
And Mr. Ponce, I don't know about you, but I like hearing about how doing something outside of the classroom, Spiritual Emphasis Week, was able to bring our students together. And I think that's, we go and serve, right?
Right.
That's the serve day.
It
But
is.
I think that's a big part is the community that we build with each other as well.
For sure. And I know that, those groups that get designed, it's not like you're just grouped with your, who you hang out with a lot. A lot
Right.
of times we're going to group you with different students, boy and girl, and mix it up a little bit so that, it's almost kind of a little bit of a mixer-like feeling.
Sure.
As well as we're going to go serve our community and bless those around us.
So to see a relationship grow out of that is awesome. And I would say you guys still talk about the same books that you like. I don't know if you still laugh about gumballs, but whatever happened in 2nd grade seems to have carried over all the way to 8th grade. I don't know if you agree with that or not, Mr. Ponce.
I would agree. Yammering jaws. I've never heard of that phrase before.
I say a lot of weird things.
I'm going to start using it.
My guess is that means she talks a lot.
She still has yammering jaws.
Oh! And Brandon
It's
coming
okay,
in.
though.
Man,
It's true. You have yammering jokes
they're all
too.
friends. They're all friends, people. They're all friends.
We'll move on to Cora. Now,
Oh,
Cora,
okay.
you have quite the comical story back in 4th grade with Brandon.
Yeah. So in 4th grade, we were doing family groups after like chapel. So we were decorating popsicle stick frames and like decorating them with like glitter and things. And so Brandon tells everyone, don't get glitter on my desk because I don't want glitter on my desk. So of course, as a 4th grader, I dump a little glitter on his desk. So I don't remember if Brandon got mad or if he was just joking, but he dumped the rest of the bottle in my hair.
I don't remember any of this, but I'm slightly proud.
Brandon pleads ignorance, but not because he wants to deny it.
The bottle was actually like 3/4 of the way full. So I had like 3/4 of a bottle of chunky gold glitter in my hair.
Middle school time. Brandon, welcome. I'm excited to hear this story. We have 5th grade Spanish story with Miss Kamalik.
Yes, okay. So we were told to make children's books in Spanish. So we had to make them in Spanish. We had like a sentence on every page. It was like 10 pages. It wasn't a very large book. But we made it about a previously existing character from I don't even know where, named Invisible Bob.
And how do you say Invisible Bob in Spanish?
Invisible Bob. Basically the same.
It is basically the same.
Very similar.
So what was the story about with Invisible Bob? What was his adventures
Just
like?
kind
Do you
of
remember?
we had to say some things that they liked and disliked. So he didn't like coleslaw or ensalada de col.
Ooh, good.
Still remember that one. And I just remember to make Invisible Bob, because he's, invisible, we couldn't color him in. So we just made a dashed outline of we cut out a little dude, Invisible Bob, and outlined him with a dashed line everywhere Invisible Bob was.
And I remember other things about him on the pages. We had to say where he worked. So we said he worked at Burger King, and where he lived, and we said he lived in Indonesia.
Burger King in Indonesia.
And are you able to translate that into Spanish?
I don't.
Not right now.
No,
Burger
no.
I
King
did back
Leon.
then.
So,
It is then.
so all three of you in on Invisible Bob?
No, I
No,
wasn't there.
it was me and Brandon.
You and Brandon in on Invisible Bob.
I don't even know where Invisible Bob came from. Do you know where Invisible Bob first came from?
I think once in band there was an extra chair, so we're just like, it's Bob's.
Oh,
Invisible Bob.
I totally remember you guys 6th grade talking about Invisible Bob too. It's coming full circle.
Is it
Oh yeah,
really?
It's
because
coming
you were
full
both
circle.
saxophones and I was just the lonely flute.
And I had all three of you in my homeroom.
Oh yeah.
I remember, and that's Bob's
Oh,
chair. You
yeah.
guys always say, "Wow, man, connections."
Good stuff.
Wow.
I hear that there's another middle school story that involves you, Mr. DeVries, and your golden thumbs.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they had to inform me a little bit on on the origin of this golden thumb. But in
Okay.
my class, I'll let them take it away. You set it up what a golden thumb is and how you get it.
Okay. So basically, most of you can remember, at least the 8th graders will. A few, in the beginning of the year, a bunch of people were quarantined. So there were only 6 people in the classroom. And 2 of those 6 people were me and Brandon.
I was in quarantine.
Yeah, Cora was gone. And so then we were just chilling in history and doing a pear deck. So he was like, oh, this is gonna be a question. And so then we were just okay, do we get candy? And he's like, sure. So we do the question. I don't remember who got it right. It was either Mallory, Ellie, or Brandon. Brandon claims it was him. He always claims it's him because he claims he's super smart about everything. And so-
Maybe not. You just claim I'm super smart about everything, but whatever.
whatever. And so then, basically, whoever won it was like, okay, then where's the candy? And we're all protesting because we want this person to get the candy they deserved.
Got a small mutiny on my hands here.
So he goes to his closet and he brings out this plastic, he said, I don't have any candy in here. And then we see this shine glimmering from the lights. And it's like golden thumb.
So dramatic.
You're a good storyteller.
Yes.
And so then he gives that selected individual the golden thumb, and then another day Brenda breaks it, but we just don't talk about that.
Yeah. So now, and then we have a great
we're gonna talk about-
aide, Miss Sheppers, who for Christmas, now the golden thumb, it's plastic, but I don't know if it was treated as with as much reverence as maybe it should have been treated.
Yeah,
Right.
Brandon.
So then it's broken. I got pieces. It's glued back together. It's falling apart. So Mrs. Sheppers finds 12 golden thumbs. So now I have an ability to hand out 12 golden thumbs on a given day. Haven't done that. I think the most maybe is 4.
Wow.
There's
I
been
know.
4
It's
before.
a fun little thing. And
That is.
and as Olivia said, I say that when you give an answer, oftentimes it'll knock me back, make me go, oh, that's such a good answer. Like it just takes you by surprise. That's a good indicator.
It's only for 8th graders.
That a golden thumb might be happening. A golden thumb answer might be happening.
Could happen. It is clear that you 3 have had some very memorable experiences at Jenison Christian. And I can say
That's one word to say.
I could say for our staff that we're going to miss you guys as 8th graders in these next couple of months here.
Yes.
We're not going to try to get all teary-eyed here, but
Not yet.
we're going to miss you. So, but we're also excited. You're going to be moving on. You guys clearly have gifts and talents that God has given you and passions that you want to pursue beyond this building. So let's talk about that now. Olivia, we'll start with you. What are you looking forward to after 8th grade, into high school and beyond?
Well, so for my electives for high school, I'm doing women's choir for 2 semesters. And then I'm doing art explorations, and then I'm going to skip to drawing 2. I don't know exactly how that works. And then I'm also looking forward to, I guess I'm going to skip English 1 and go to English 2 after I write an essay over the summer, which is not going to be fun. So then I don't have to do it in college, which will be nice.
Cora, what are you
looking forward for?
what are you looking forward to?
In high school, I'm looking forward to like lots of art classes, anything with like the arts, like music, acting, singing, playing an instrument. I'm taking a graphic design class, which I think is going to be really fun. And I'm very interested in trying out for the musical because I like to sing and I like to act.
That's great. That's the kind of stuff that high school really allows students to do. And before this started, we were talking about your graphic design stuff that you're doing. You said you started getting into. It sounds like it's
Copy
cool
and
to
paste.
cool to be able to find a passion.
Collage.
Cool to be able to find a passion like that too.
For sure. You guys will flourish in that. Brandon, anything new that you're looking forward to?
All right, so I'm thinking about taking a couple
gonna be a while.
computer programming because computers are becoming increasingly important and prominent today. So I feel
It's good
like getting
analysis.
into computers could be really helpful.
I like it. I had a question like this in history class. Like what profession you see yourself going to? You mentioned it, and then we just kind of talked a little bit about coding and stuff like that. And the little bit I know about it, I think you'd flourish in that too.
All right, and then I'm also my first year, I'm actually going to be taking an FST class with a bunch of seniors and juniors.
Now, Brandon, is there any kind of extracurricular stuff that you're looking forward to?
I think I'm going to be doing band my first year. I might do choir at some point. I'm not real sure.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So you guys all have similar interests with the arts and music. Clearly have a passion that you're going to, you'll flourish there.
Thank you for stopping on by. It was great to learn a little bit more about them. I know I learned something about each of them.
It was fantastic.